You're wired in. SmallCapVoice.com. Following is a presentation of SmallCapVoice.com, today's leader in investor relations, capital formation, and retail support. Now, with your online business briefing, SmallCapVoice.com's Stuart T. Smith.
Welcome one, welcome all to this online business briefing brought to you by SmallCapVoice.com. And as you just heard, I'm your host, Stuart Smith, and we're welcoming back to the show our client Marley Coffee and Jammin Java. And we are here to speak today to Brent Toevs, the Chief Executive Officer of the company. Brent, how you doing today?
Fantastic. Thank you, Stuart.
Well, thank you for taking time to stop by and speak with us. Listeners, Marley Coffee is traded under the ticker symbol JAMN. So if you'd like to learn more about the company, you can follow along by using that ticker symbol or just visit us here at SmallCapVoice.com. We've got everything to keep you in the know in this stock. Their SEC filings, press releases, stock quotes, real time. We've got it here for you at SmallCapVoice.com. So what we'd like to do today with Brent, since we've already done the introductory audio interview that went over the business model and market for the company, is we'd like to talk about some of the recent news and get his insight into that news. So let's start with the news that just came out August 3rd. Marley Coffee rolls out a celebration for 50th anniversary of Jamaica's independence. Obviously, this plays perfectly with Marley Coffee. Tell us a little bit about this celebration, Brent.
Well, Jamaica is where everything began, obviously, for Marley Coffee. So we thought it would be great to get one of our newest ventures, which is Bike Cafe, get that over to Jamaica and really blend the new with the old. And that's really the first stop of the tour, and we're going to be doing many events in Jamaica over the next 3 months that not only will raise awareness of Jammin Java, here in the United States, but also pay tribute to Jamaica and really the home of where Marley Coffee was born.
Well, listeners, moving forward, as it says here in the press release, the Bike Cafe will be stationed at 56 Hope Road, Bob Marley Museum, 9 Mile, and Falmouth Port, where hundreds of thousands of tourists go each season. If you'd like to learn more about this or pick up your own franchise for Bike Cafe, reach out at sales@Bike Cafe, and cafe is spelled CAFFE.com. All this information is available in the press release. Now, you guys have announced the Bike Cafe a little further back, though, as well. This opportunity came to you how? What made you guys think of the Bike Cafe?
Well, it's just a perfect fit. If you speak with Rohan, he'll tell you that as a child growing up in Jamaica, many things were sold off of a bike. And then when we met the folks from Bike Cafe, it just seemed like a perfect fit. It allows people to become part of the Marley family. Very small fee to enter into that business channel, and it's a green solution, and it's mobile. So like we're doing in Jamaica, we can take it from one area to another depending on what the activities are.
Well, let's change gears a little bit, because later on in the press release it talks about some new products for the home. Marley Coffee currently offers 2 new varieties, the Jamaica Blue Mountain Ground and the Whole Bean Coffee Roast. Let's get a little bit of your insight into these new products.
Well, again, we're bringing in our Jamaica Blue Mountain Coffee directly from Jamaica. So it's grown in Jamaica, picked in Jamaica, processed and roasted and packaged, and then we bring it over. So we introduced Talking Blues a couple of years ago, and now we're introducing our top grade, which is Top Rankin, and we're introducing it in not only a ground format, but also in a whole bean format. And of course, we're going to be rolling out our Marley Coffee Talking Blues Real Cup in October.
Well, and there's the single-serve at-home pods, which are compostable, which goes along with everything Marley and your guys' philosophy behind the company, and also compatible with most of the popular Keurig brand single-serving coffee brewers. I handle the shareholder calls for the company. I hear this all the time. So this product is obviously very opportunistic and at the right time. The listeners always want to know, hey, when are we going to get that single-serve that goes with that Keurig? And you guys have done it.
Yeah, we're excited about it. The release is in October. We already have requests for well over 500,000 cups of our Marley Coffee in the Real Cups. So that's going to be a real nice start for us in October. But we're really looking at this as a long-term venture. We know that there's millions of Keurig brewers out in the field, so why not let those drinkers really enjoy a cup of Marley Coffee?
Well, let's move into the next press release, listeners. This came out August 2nd. Marley Coffee secures up to $4 million of additional funding to support continued growth. Well, Brent, this kind of money can help the company perpetuate its business model further, but tell us how. What's the direction of the company, and how will these funds help you make it down that direction?
Well, in our corporate update, we outlined all the different business channels that we are into and entering into, and what this will enable us to do is to really execute on a lot of the plans that we have right now in the pipeline. With the additional funding, it'll also help us get into the retail grocery market a little bit more on a nationwide scale. There's different fees that you have to pay to be in this channel, so this will help us with that. Also to hire some additional salespeople and marketing people to be able to support this venture.
Very good. Well, speaking of new things, there's a press release out July 31st talking about new distribution at Gelson's. Gelson's has 17 locations in California, so for the people in Florida and the Atlantic coast that maybe have never heard of Gelson's markets, could you tell us a little bit about this chain?
Well, Gelson's is a perfect fit for Marley Coffee, a nice high-end regional chain that really concentrates on specialty products. So we just saw it as a perfect fit, and just spoke with Gelson's last week, and so far things are going fantastic. The coffee has been on a promotional campaign, and so far so good. The sell-throughs have been great.
Well, and I'm born and raised in San Diego, which is just down the road from most of the Gelson's. And Gelson's is an area that is frequented by, I don't know how to put it other than high net worth individuals. Calabasas, Dana Point, Hollywood, Marina del Rey, Newport Beach. These are upscale communities, and I think it's a perfect fit, like you said. Have you had any feedback? I mean, you said what Gelson's has said. Are you getting maybe even more grassroots marketing, in other words, word of mouth spreading and getting other contacts from small regional chains in the area?
Yeah, we certainly are. Very active in the social media, of course. Rohan is always tweeting out what's going on with Marley Coffee. We're advertising in many of the trade publications that are focused on that market. And along with our Facebook page, where I think we're up to about 55,000 likes, we're always promoting our distributors, our partners like Gelson's, but of course we get a lot of inquiries from that. So we continue to pursue these leads, and we have phone calls every day from people that are interested in bringing in Marley Coffee.
You know, the business model for this company has adapted and evolved so much in the past year. I remember when I first started working with the company, talking a lot about the office coffee service area, and we do have a press release about that. But it's interesting, you know, in speaking with that, how much has happened since then, how many new markets have been tapped into. And I think really, you know, kudos to you, Brent. I know you came on last summer. It's been fascinating to watch the company grow along with you and Rohan and On working together. You guys are doing a great job. So let's talk more, though, about this AVT offer, which came out July 18th. AVT offers exclusive opportunities with automated Marley Coffee stores. Now, entrepreneurs and business owners can partner with one of the best brands in the world, and it talks about where these can be. You know, you can have a kiosk inside of a business, inside of an office building, those kind of things. Talk to me a little bit about this program.
Yeah, these can go into, like you said, any of those locations, college campus, airport, any type of retailer. So we're really excited about AVT, and it's just the beginning. These things take quite a while to solidify and get in place, and wait till you see the AVT machines that are coming soon. The design is absolutely phenomenal. So what this lets people do, again, is be a partner with Marley Coffee. Automated retailing is really getting a stronghold across North America. So we're excited to be partnered up with one of those leaders, which, of course, is AVT.
Well, Brent, as I just said, you know, there's the office coffee segment, the auto retail that we just talked about. There's so many different divisions. There's so many different ways for this coffee to get into the consumer's hands. Let's talk about overall growth then for the company. Yeah,
that's fantastic, Stuart. We're very, very excited. You look at where we were Q1 of last year, we're growing at about 60% per quarter since then. And if you take Q1 2011 versus Q1 2012, there's a growth of 1,080%. So that's really what we want to continue. We want to continue that steady growth, and we think that now that we have all of the products, we're entered into these different business channels, we're really ready to take off. So That's really our aim, is quarter-over-quarter growth.
Well, listeners, I would really implore you to go back to June 21st. Seems like a long time ago. June 21st, 2012 is when the when the Marley Coffee issued its corporate update. It talks about all the growth year to year, and it talks about the vision of the company moving forward. As we've touched on in this press release, they now have the funding to perpetuate this business model to get them down the line in the direction that they're heading, which, I don't see how you could call it any other than a positive direction that this company's taken on. Well, Brent, as the Chief Executive Officer of Marley Coffee, number one, congratulations. And number two, thanks for coming on the show here at SmallCapVoice.com. We look forward to more updates from you here in 2012 and beyond in 2013.
Thank you so much, Stuart. I appreciate it.
You bet. For Brent Toevs, this is Stuart Smith saying thanks so much for listening.
SmallCapVoice.com, today's leader in investor relations, capital formation, and retail support, provides its clients with the highest level of service. Our audio interviews are disseminated to one of the largest opt-in audiences available today. How? We at SmallCapVoice.com believe in aligning and affiliating ourselves with other leaders within the investor relations community. By sharing resources, each affiliated firm is made that much stronger and each client is served that much better. Our focus is to identify and provide the very best financial services and solutions available to clients and their shareholders. For more information about our services, please call us at 512-267-2430 or visit us on the web at www.smallcapvoice.com. This is a broadcast of SmallCapVoice.com, a financial communications and investor relations firm. SmallCapVoice.com receives payment for investor relations and financial consulting services that it provides to its clients. You should assume that officers, directors, and employees of SmallCapVoice.com or financial analysts mentioned and their families hold a position and intend to trade in these securities for their own accounts. This is not an offer or recommendation to buy or sell securities. Information in this broadcast is presented solely for informative purposes and is not intended to be, nor should it be construed as, investment advice. As in all investments, an investment in the featured company carries an investment risk. Listeners should review the company thoroughly with a registered investment advisor or registered stockbroker. This broadcast does not purport to be a complete study of the featured company or other companies mentioned. Information used and statements of fact have been obtained from the featured company and other sources but not verified nor guaranteed by SmallCapVoice.com as to completeness or accuracy. Such information is subject to change without notice.